And you're very welcome back. Now, if you haven't heard of
Veganuary
and the growing popularity of a plant-based diet, then you may be living under a rock.
Veganuary.
Or maybe you just can't pronounce it.
I can't pronounce it. Our firefighting chef, Paul Knapp, is a big supporter of plant-based foods, and he joins us this morning with delicious Veganurary chicken curry.
I'll step in for this bit. Veganuary. We go with Veganuary.
Good morning to you, Paul.
Morning, guys. Happy New Year to you all. OK, what we look at, if you think about it, Veganuary for this month, yeah, everyone's going kind of plant-based. You think about it, most of the major high street supermarkets now have plant-based options and things like that.
Yeah.
Jamie Oliver, Gordon Ramsay, they've all
even
put plant-based.
McDonald's has given one.
Everybody's jumping on the bandwagon.
A vegan meal.
Yeah, vegan meal. Plant-based, yeah. So absolutely. So what we're doing is a chickpeas curry, OK? So what we've got is some onions, some garlic, some ginger, some chilli, tomatoes, and a range of spices, and we cook that down. Best thing about this dish is because it's kind of plant-based, this dish with some cauliflower rice comes in at under 200 calories.
That's cauliflower rice?
In comparison to, say, a chicken curry
What's
with white
cauliflower rice?
It's just pure. I'll talk about that in a minute, OK? We'll get on with this first of all, because we're tight for time,
Let
all right?
him follow his own plan.
So what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to heat up a little bit of oil, OK? This recipe is available on Island AM's Facebook page as well as Virgin Media One's website. So what we've got is got some pureed onions. So instead of slicing it, we're going to puree them, OK? And the reason that we do this is the benefit is it's going to actually thicken the dish. Whoops. What?
Whoa!
That's the revenge for Veganuary.
Oh.
Not the face, not the face.
Not the face, back.
OK, so we're going to just fry off our onions, OK? And the reason, as I said there, the reason that we use them purees is because it actually starts to thicken up the dish. So we'll just crank that up a little bit and give that a bit more.
But if you can't puree them at home...
You can just chop them, you can slice them, there's no problem whatsoever.
Right, yeah.
At the end of the day, what this does, it gives it a nice thicker dish. And a lot of the
Makes
Indians...
it into a sauce, because that's what you'd get in an authentic Indian
Claire
curry.
was going to make a...
I'm making it for her now, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all
This
sorted
is
for
great.
dinner sorted for tonight.
Great.
So in that, we start to cook these down. This is speeded up for TV time, so this would normally be about kind of 10 to 12 minutes. You start to caramelise the onion, you start to reduce down those flavours, you start to get that wonderful, intense flavour, OK? Into that, we're going to put in some garlic. So we just put in some chopped garlic. About 4 cloves of garlic goes into there. We're going to put in some ginger. There's about a thumb-sized piece of ginger goes into that.
Now, where do you stand on, like, tubes of already chopped up
If you can get fresh,
ginger.
go with fresh. I would go with fresh. But if not, then you want to use the tubes. If your life kind of revolves around convenience, there's no problem. You're cooking, that's the most important thing. That's the starting point. So in there, we've got our onions, we've got our garlic, we've got our chilli, we've got our ginger, OK? We'd be cooking this, for, again, say, for 10 to 15 minutes, and you're going to get all those flavours start to come out. That water's going to start to evaporate, all those flavours are going to start to incorporate. And then what we're going to put in there is our spices, OK? So what we've got here is we've got a spice range, OK? So you can buy, like, a curry powder and stuff like that, but there's no need to. Play with the spices, turn the volume up on certain ones if you like a bit more of a chilli kick and stuff like that. So
there's always some spices in your cupboard, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely. So these like with French
What
cooking,
have you got?
We've got some cumin, we've got coriander, we've got turmeric, we've got garam masala, we've got some chilli, and we've got here, it's called amchur powder. And what that is it's powdered mango. So it's going to give it a real kind of citrusy kick to it as well.
We mightn't have that in our cupboard now.
But you can get that in most Asian stores.
How old are the spices in your
can get that in
I know, that's the thing, isn't it?
You can get that in Asian stores,
hanging around.
Yeah.
So you put those spices in there, and what you want to do is you want to cook your spices
the smells.
out. All of a sudden, it transforms and starts to change it and step it up a level. You'd want to cook this out for about 4 or 5 minutes. You want to cook your spices out, OK? And again, what it does, it just starts to introduce everything. It gets rid of that bitter taste. So we'll be bubbling those away. This is about 15 minutes. And all we're going to put in is chopped tomatoes.
How many chopped tomatoes
There's about 5 decent-sized chopped tomatoes, or you can use a couple of tins if you wish, tins tomatoes. This dish comes in under 10 euros. It's going to feed about 6 to 8 people, depends on how greedy you are. And then your chickpeas. We're going to put a little bit of lemon juice.
Are they just from a...
From a tin.
From a tin?
From a tin, yeah. You can go to the extent of boiling them in bits and pieces, but they're very, very cheap in a tin. And literally all we're going to do is just give that a quick stir. OK?
So this is a very cheap dish to make.
Very cheap dish.
Easy.
You can freeze this. Really, really simple, really easy, really flavoursome. It packs a really lovely punch.
I was actually surprised that Claire was saying that her intention tonight was to make a chickpea curry.
Yeah. Because sometimes
what do your kids think of it?
I don't know, they can be iffy, but I just make them eat it.
So again, but it all depends how you label something and brand something. If you just say it's curry, it's the curry sauce. The chickpeas don't actually taste of a lot. It's that curry you got.
Saying.
Cauliflower rice. Get your cauliflower, break it into florets. Food processor, give it a quick whiz bang until it actually looks.
If you don't have a food processor,
you can just use a little hand blend or stuff like that, or just chop it up. You'll be there for a while. But again, if you have a food processor, and what that is just cauliflower blitzed up, a little bit of oil, and a little bit of cumin seed goes into that as well. And all we do then is we're just going to pop that into the oven, and you leave that in the oven for about 10 minutes, OK? And you'll get this beautiful nutty taste.
Now, how filling is it, though? I mean, could you offer up cauliflower rice to the firefighters?
I have done, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Now, this comes in at 25 calories a portion.
No, I think my husband would be hungry after.
And here is our...
We'll see.
What's the difference of that and ordinary rice?
Because it's just cauliflower. It's just
I
vegetable.
know, but if you don't, it's still filling. You're filling up your bowl and you're filling up.
Here's our Channa Masala. That's a Channa Masala is what it's called. That's the Indian name for it, your Channa Masala, OK?
Right.
So what we're going to do is this gives a lovely nutty taste. There's a nice little cumin taste coming off of this.
And it's another way of getting the 5 a day into you, isn't it?
So a portion size of this, OK, 100 grams, 25 calories.
Yeah.
A portion size of white rice is 380 calories. So this whole
I'd never buy white rice. I'd always buy
brown rice or something.
Brown rice or wholemeal rice.
Yeah. So again, what we've got there is this really zingy, beautiful, lovely little...
now here we go.
There for ladies.
This is right on my street now.
Yeah.
Thank
and again,
you, Paul.
what you can do if you wanted to, you could actually finish that with, there's a little bit of plant-based yogurt, mango chutney, the accompaniments are maybe like a flatbread or something like that. And again, what you can do with the rice if you want, you can put a little bit of coriander through that as well. So what you're tasting isn't anything that's overpowering, OK? And at the end of the day, it's just food.
Delicious.
Oh, it's very tasty.
It's
thank you very much.
really yum.
Again, it's those flavours, it's those spices, it's that different level and stuff like that. And you're starting to get a little bit of onion come through. You get a bit. It's not too chilly either. There's not too much of a kick. I know, like sometimes the last thing you want is a punch in the back of the throat, but you start to taste the onions and the garlic. So, Veganurary.
That's lovely. And I've never seen cauliflower rice before.
And it's really, and say 25 calories a portion.
There we go.
The burden on the belt after Christmas.
Oh, I'm telling you, thank you so much for that, Paul. Now coming up after.